Good morning, it's Harvey Jackson. Uh, Main item here that I'm going to be looking at is China buys the first Australian vessel since 2020, uh, and how that could be, and probably the start of just a shift of where they're going to be buying some of their product. I think supply chains still need to get figured out where they're going to be buying it all, but obviously this is very likely why we had some negative canola news and still a little bit pressure again today. Pro farmers out. In Ohio, they're having maybe not as stellar as anticipated yields, but in South Dakota, they are really counting the soybean pods are really coming on really strong, and the yields are up there as well. But there's a lot of challenges in Ohio. I think a lot of it was because of the early moisture that they had and later planting. So a lot of things are a little less certain over there in Ohio. Crop conditions. Borrowed this from Standard Grain. Just crop conditions have changed just 1% on the corn, and soybean actually stayed the same. And spring wheat conditions increased just slightly here as well. And harvest is nearing complete at 94%. Some negative news on wheat. Russia, ICAR, and again, there's lots of different consultancies over there, so you got to be careful, this whether this is written in stone. But just basically moved up the yield revisions up 1 million metric tons for export. So not good news for wheat, even though we are in the dumps on wheat for sure. So there's no bearish there at all. Have a quick look at the weather. Alberta, crop report came out late last week. I don't often put it in here, but you can see, and I've been talking about this, the north versus south, and you can see even central, the soil moisture conditions are just doing really well. I don't think even some of the pivots are even working or needing to be worked here as well. Just where the forecast is looking for the drying front going down and cooler in the corn growing area for this next coming week, but some build in the temperatures out west, of course. Still some heat warnings, and then there's smoke warnings. Surprisingly, the fires are out up here, or basically out. There's very little smoke coming from them. There's some way up in the Northwest Territories, but smoke that's coming from into the area is actually coming from Idaho, Montana, Washington, in the most part, and then of course over in the walking ban in Nova Scotia, I think as well. Just the active weather. The Great Lakes have been getting a little bit more moisture, and here's you can see Aaron coming in and basically skirting, still causing all kinds of waves and stuff like that on the eastern seaboard there. So you're going to be watching that for sure. Just a build in weather. So if the fires are not out, they're definitely going to be out after getting a little bit more rainfall. So my wishes finally came true. The smoke is not coming from Canada anymore, or northern Manitoba or Saskatchewan. It's coming from the States. So canola, as I took this snapshot, is 3.5 down. Rapeseed is down 3. Soybean oil is down 0.63 of a cent, down to 52.57. Palm oil down as well, following the soybean oil down. Crude oil down as well, down to 61 a barrel. Soybeans just basically unchanged at 10.40. Spring wheat just trying to hold its head up here, at $5.87. Just have a quick look at the canola. 200-day moving average seems to be where it seems to be fighting the most here. And 38.2 retracement value. So you keep on bumping up against that, but still expect some downside. I do not know. I'm not as confident about a huge downside if crude oil is falling apart as well. Here's your European rapeseed, basically, close to the growing season lows, but yeah, it's. But as far as relative value, the difference between Canadian canola and European rapeseed is $113 on the November versus November contract. Soy oil futures now trading below some of the short-term moving averages, which is just basically consolidating downward. And you can see that there's a spinning top here as well yesterday. But I'll show you that again here on the soybeans spinning top. It's actually a bearish spinning top is a definition, just basically equal buyers and sellers with your spinning top. It's just a bearish signal, and it's just something to be watching out for. It doesn't always mean that it's going to happen that way, but it is. Crude palm oil, um, trying to fill that gap, basically. Like crude futures. So this is what I was talking about. The crude has been on a bit of a slide since the beginning of August. So just about the whole month, it's been more downward than anything, and it's maybe given us a chance to get maybe some fuel purchases a little bit cheaper. Canadian dollar still chopping sideways. The U.S. dollar index down a little bit as well. Here's your spring wheat, and uh, still no positive signal to be a buy. I'm looking for that opportunity. I just don't see it here as of yet because all the wheat complexes are down, partly with good production and Black Sea production as well. And here's your corn here as well, down. The only positive I can say is you can see that this live cattle and feeder cattle are pretty strong. That's all I have for you today.